South Africa's economic landscape is undergoing a nuanced transformation with emerging signs of optimism amid persistent structural challenges. Recent surveys, including the RMB BER Business Confidence Index, highlighted a rise in business sentiment, which has surged by 15 points from 30 since the first quarter of 2024, slightly surpassing historical averages. Well, at the same time, consumer confidence has seen a 9-point increase. To give us more details on this now, we're joined by Chan-ré Pietersen, Director at BDO Financial Services. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
So what are the key trends identified in the 2025 South African Banking Peer Report by BDO South Africa that are currently shaping the banking sector?
Thank you so much. So just to clarify, it is the 2024 Banking Peer Report covering January through to December 2024. Yes. And the key trends really is positive at this point in time, focusing on increased gross loans and advances and deposits, a stable cost-to-income ratio, a deceleration of impairment growth over the term that I'll dig into a little more later, and overall positive business and consumer confidence across the banking industry.
How does the report suggest South African banks can navigate the challenges of net interest margin compression?
Definitely through with the most recent MPC increases or decreases in interest rate. So that the squeeze in your NIM, which is your net interest margin, has definitely been felt by a lot of the consumers, although the interest rate was supposed to be controlling your inflation. So the demand for loans definitely decreased over time, and that was felt by the banks through the net interest margins being lower.
What insights does the report provide on managing subdued loan growth and its implications for sectoral valuations in the banking industry?
Thank you. So definitely an increase in overall loan volumes, symbolizing a decrease in the overall consumer lending volumes. The corporate and investment banking loan volumes definitely increased and is definitely the outperformer within the banking industry. In terms of overall valuations, that is where the niche of the established banks really lies, and states them in good state moving forward.
And then lastly, what ways does the report highlight the role of strategic digitization and technological advancements in enhancing proactive credit risk management for South African banks?
Thank you. We definitely do focus on the investment in digitization over the last few years. We have been tracking that quite closely. That definitely has an impact in the cost-to-income ratio, and definitely we're seeing a retention to the people element as to how best to utilize their overall digitization strategies moving forward. So where best to place these people? Is it in the data scientist element? And not only operational efficiencies that are to be obtained over this, period. So definitely interesting times ahead on how best banks can utilize the return on investment in this area.
Chan-ré Pietersen, thank you so much for joining us and for your time. Chan-ré is Director at BDO Financial Services.